Hey y'all, T-Han141 here. Today we are talking about starting your pantry. If you haven't started your pantry yet, started storing up for hard times, and it's going to be a little harder and a lot more expensive than if you had started it earlier. And we've been warning people for a long time, prices are going to go up. They're not going to go down anytime soon. That you can be certain of. So what I've done is I came up with an old list. It's by no means original, but I think it's a good list of how to start your pantry now on a budget. If you shop weekly, if you shop monthly, okay, that's okay too. Just maybe combine a couple of the weeks. Now we go through like a 3-week process to get the basics down so that you'll have enough in the immediate future of some of the more important things. And then we will go through a list of things that you can choose, and you can place the importance on whatever you feel is more important for you. And you know, if you've already got a pantry going, then good on you. Unfortunately, this might not be a great video for you because these are the basics, okay? Week 1, okay? 10 pounds of rice. Okay, rice is a staple. It is easy to preserve. As long as you keep it dry and sealed and away from rodents and stuff, you're golden with rice. 2 pounds of beans. Types of beans doesn't matter. Dry beans is what we're talking. 2 pounds of beans that you'll actually eat. 1 container of Tang. Now, Tang has got high vitamin C, and it is so important in this day and age to keep up a healthy immune system. And Tang has a very long shelf life. 1 container of shortening, vegetable shortening. Now, this is not the spray stuff. This is the actual shortening, because you can use it. Now, if you're a hunter, learn to make your own medium from the fat to render down the fat of the animals that you get. This is in addition to the stuff you buy to use now. Okay, if you can do more, great. If you have to do less, at least you're starting. The President of the United States just said there will be food shortages in the United States. That's the first week. 10 pounds of rice, 2 pounds of beans, 1 thing of Tang, and 1 container of shortening. Week 2, 1 large package of all-purpose flour. If you can get a 20-pound bag of all-purpose flour, great. I say all-purpose because you can use it for anything. You can make bread with all-purpose flour. You can make biscuits. You can do all sorts of things with all-purpose flour. 1 5 or 10 pound bag of sugar. If you can do more, do more. If you use more, like I drink sugar in my coffee and my tea, so I keep more on hand. Your pantry is designed, for the most part, to be used and rotated in. You know, yay, okay, I bought 10 pounds of rice. I used 5 pounds. This week, I'm going to buy another 5 pounds of rice to replace that I used. Okay, and that's just the beginning. You can store as much rice as you want. 5-gallon buckets and Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers are a great idea for long-term storage for a lot of this stuff. 2 to 3 cans each of carrots, spinach, and other vegetables. Don't forget the greens. The greens are very important because the minerals and the vitamins and the health benefits of them, you have to keep that up. Especially if you're eating a lot of rice, you might want to mix some greens in there. You might want to mix some carrots in there. Not only does it change the flavor a little bit, but it adds nutrients that you need that if you're only eating rice, you might not have a lot of. So we got week 2, 1 package of all-purpose flour, 20 pounds if you can. If you can't, you know, that's okay. 5 or 10 pounds of sugar, 2 to 3 cans of vegetables of each type of vegetable that you can. Week 3, 1 package of powdered or dried milk. They usually come in a box. 1 can of pumpkin. 2 to 3 cans of tuna. Tuna fish, you can make casseroles, you can make sandwiches, you can, all sorts of stuff. Or you could just eat it right out of the can, and it has a long shelf life. If you can, on week 3, add salt. Iodized table salt is fine. If you are in the mindset that you might want to preserve meats and pickle and stuff like that, get some pickling salt or non-iodized salt, baking soda, and as you go through, get spices. Okay, listen, I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive. I want my food to taste good. Fat man likes good food, and I are fat man. Okay, now that's the first 3 weeks. That's about $30 to $50. Okay, now that might sound like a lot of money, but when you break it up, it's not going to pinch you. I've got a larger list here. It's in no particular order. It's things that as you go, you might want to say, okay, I need this. This is the stuff I need to have in my prepper pantry. Grain and rice, cooking, long storage. You can't beat this stuff for long storage. In a pinch, man, rice and just plain sticky rice that you eat with your fingers is good enough, man. Popcorn kernels. Yes, popcorn kernels. I'm saying the kernels because you don't want to get microwave popping if you might not have electricity. The ready-made, already popped popcorn in the bag might not last very long. But the kernels, guys, it's nice for a treat, and it will give you a sensation of being full. Pasta. Eat some pasta. Various kinds of pasta. Spaghetti is fairly cheap. Elbow macaroni. These things you can add to rice or use them as a staple. They're easy to make, they're quick to make, and they're good for you. It's got starches and stuff in it that's good. I don't use soy personally, but it was on this list. Number 5, nuts of your choosing. Nuts have fat in them that you need. They have protein in them. They are high in vitamins and minerals. So nuts of your choosing. Canned milk, condensed milk, evaporated milk, honey. Honey is antibacterial. You can put it on cuts and it will act as a triple antibiotic ointment type thing. And it stores forever. 3,000-year-old honey was found in Egypt. They rehydrated it and an intern ate it and nothing happened to him. Baking soda. Baking soda can be used for all sorts of stuff. Cooking, whatever. Okay. Salt. Preserving meat, preserving fish, preserving anything can be done with salt. A saltwater brine, stuff like that. Cooking oils, okay? They keep forever, or at least a long time. Coconut oil has a lot of healthy things in there for you. Sugar. If you use sugar, buy sugar. Store sugar. It'll keep forever. You might have to take a spoon and scrape it because it got moist or it got damp in your pantry or whatever, but it's still sugar. Wheat berries. Wheat berries can be eaten by the handful or they can be ground into whole wheat flour. I have a grain mill that makes a coarser flour, but it's a flour that I can make bread with. Barley berries. Okay, barley can be used for flour and stuff like this. You also need to think about your animals. I have chickens. I need to be storing up these grains for the chickens to eat. A variety of nuts. Again, with the nuts, nuts are important. They're healthy, and they're a good snack. What are you gonna do when when your kids are hungry for a snack? you give them a handful of nuts, and that might satisfy them, and at least provide a different flavor in their mouth. Canned soups. Now this is whether you can your own or buy them. They're relatively cheap right now. They're more expensive than they were last week, which was more expensive than they were the week before. Things aren't getting cheaper. Cereals, granola, rolled oats. You can grind the oats into flour. Number 17, pickles, homemade or bought. Guys, anything fermented, anything pickled is going to be good for your digestive system. This is very important. Probiotics. Number 18, beef jerky or sausages, preserved meat. All that goodness is still there. Garlic. Garlic is very healthful, very good, and very flavorful. If you can't grow your own for some reason, at least have the powders on hand. Power bars, snack bars, protein bars. These things will give you energy to get through a day. A protein bar can make all the difference between me having to come in at noon and get something to eat and me lasting to the evening so that I can finish whatever project I'm on. Number 21, Gatorade for electrolytes. Guys, you can get the powder. It stores better. Electrolytes when you're sick. It helps you stay hydrated and replaces the things you're losing in sweats with fevers. Number 22, crackers, saltines, whatever. Crackers can make a nice snack. They're bread. Number 23, peanut butter. If you're allergic to peanut butter and can't use peanut butter, which is full of protein and all sorts of goodness, you might still want to pick up a can of peanut butter. It's good for trade. Instant noodles or rice. Okay, these things they're already dehydrated for you. The cup of soups and the ramen noodles are already dehydrated. They're long shelf life. The flavor packets are all separate. Go ahead and get you some instant noodles or instant rice. 25, coffee. Be sure to get the regular coffee that you drink and then get instant coffee. You might not be able to run your household coffee maker. I know that most of the gas I spent in my generator this year, in either of my generators, was to run the coffee maker. I might not have the option. I might have to save that fuel for more important things, building and tools and such as that. So I want instant coffee. Tomato sauce. Guys, goes along with your pasta. Get your tomato sauce. It stays good for a long time. Cocoa. Okay, guys, again, it might just be for comfort food. Sometimes you need a mental boost as well as a physical boost. Okay, food does have a mental effect on you. Alcohol. You want to have alcohol on hand. Above 80 proof vodka or whiskey to make tinctures. It's good for antiseptic. It's good for anesthesia. There's a lot of uses for 80 proof or higher alcohol. Potatoes. Canned or instant potatoes. Guys, this is a meal. This is food. This is nutrients for your body. Vinegar. White vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. Guys, it's easy to make vinegar. Learn how to make it. As long as I got wild apple trees around, I will have apple cider vinegar because I just took the time to learn how to do it. Tea. Black tea. Green tea is very good for you. Herbal tea can be used for medicinal purposes. Spices that you commonly use. Okay? Remember, the easiest way to be self-sufficient, to budget, and to make things cheaper is to make them from scratch. In order to do that, you're going to need spices. get what you're going to use. Dried fruit, either make it or buy it. I know it's expensive to buy. If you don't have a dehydrator though, fruit is very important. You do not want to get scurvy. The dried fruit will last longer and it's actually really sweet. You can actually take it down dehydrated at home enough to make a candy. I don't know if you've ever tried dehydrated strawberries. Oh, it's good. You can make it into a paste and make roll-ups and stuff. It's just awesome. Number 34, garden seeds. And learn how to store them for long term. MB Heritage Homestead, I believe it was, has a wonderful video on germinating old seeds. Okay, how to get them to sprout, and then you can plant them. You're not wasting time planting 100 seeds that aren't going to sprout. You just take the 50 that are going to sprout. Vitamins. Guys, when food is hard to come by and you don't have a lot of choices, vitamin supplements will be very important. 36, water. Guys, you need to store some water. Okay, I have water in my well, but my well can go dry. I also I buy bottled water because that water it's kind of a surface water. I can drop a bucket down my well and get water. I have a pump, a hand pump. I can get water from my well. If you have a regular 6 or 8 inch well casing, it might be more of a challenge. Store some water. Guys, get a hard copy of books. Now, this isn't food, okay, but it's good for your pantry. Get a hard copy of books on herbal medicine, rural skills, country skills, medical treatments. There's all sorts of knowledge in books, but when the internet goes down, you won't have it. So go ahead and get that. Do not neglect your first aid kits. Make sure you have the first aid kit and add to it as you can. Increase on it as you can. If you haven't started yet, start now. Today is the day of salvation. You do not have to go out and spend ungodly amounts of money on specialty packets of food, MREs, and stuff like that. Little by little, do what you can when you can. When you see it in the store, pick up a little extra something. If you would like a copy of this list, go ahead and email me at thand141@hotmail.com, and I will send you a PDF, a printable document format of this list. If you got any value out of this video whatsoever, hit the like button. It really helps the channel. And hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified every time I come out with new videos. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.